Good morning, traders, and welcome to Framework Fortune. We have a ugly day today. I don't know if I'm going to even take any trades. If you did catch the stocks to watch last night, I am out of EVFM. It's breaking down. But the whole entire NASDAQ is breaking down. We are cracking that 11.5 that I've been talking about. It's an area that we do not want to see crack, or we are going to drop. And this is actually on this 1 hour is a perfect head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder. So I expect it to continue to sell off. Oh, we got some numbers. Okay. All right. We got some ugly numbers here. So, manufacturers grow at slowest pace in 2 years as demand softens. Okay, let's see what else we got. Gas prices have been edging down. Yeah, okay. Why it seems all your trusty stock market indicators are busted. Okay. Silver tumbles to weakest level in 2 years, while gold drops to lowest in 7 months. That's what I was saying last night. Those are dropping. I mean, everything is dropping. So, we got Michael Berry talking. Michael Berry thinks the market sell-off may be halfway there. I think Michael Berry, you don't know who he is. He's one who he was in the Big Short movie. Well, not him specifically, but the Big Short movie was about Michael Berry. So we do have Roblox with a little pop-up, $2 there. POW, ammo stock, a little bounce off of that little bottom. Let me get in a daily chart. No wonder. And POW's still hanging in that little channel. BT, crypto stock is not really doing anything. Coinbase with a little bounce dropped to 44 yesterday. But bouncing this morning back up to 50. That's going to be some strong resistance. Let's see, how's oil? Oil's still above 100. So there's a short-term downtrend, but NSRN was a runner yesterday. Just a second, guys. Let me post this in the Discord so we can see. We can let people know I am actually live this week. Alright, there we go. Or this today. Alright, so NSRN, that's looking bad today, but I want to keep it on watch for next week, as that 10-day right here is close to crossing that 200. Yeah, here's the EVFM play. Was in there yesterday, looking forward to try to break out, but couldn't do it. Was above that trend line through after hours and closed pretty strong, so I held it overnight, but I had to go ahead and get out of it. Started cracking $1. That was my stop loss. It may try to hold $1, but can't hold it if it's cracking my stop loss. So that was a small little loss there. Let's see what's SIGA doing. SIGA looking pretty decent. Getting close. Like I said, I think that's going to be a nice play next week. Oh, wait a minute. What's PEV doing? PEV's getting close. Oh, yeah. PEV's getting close to that $5 area. Trying to test. Again, that may be a play later. Let's see what is showing up on these scanners, because I'm not seeing anything on those plays. FI, okay. It's a big float. 366 million shares, but this thing did pop a whole dollar in about 2 hours. So nice run. Well, actually, Yeah, we've only been open for an hour, so this candle just started. You know, keep it on watch. It's going straight up, but there's nothing there. I don't like that. I don't like that float either. There's no entry on it at the moment. CLVS, another one going straight up, about to run into the 200. More, nothing going on with that. That's got a big gap to fill. I'm gonna put that on the watch list for next week. Therapeutic stock, very low float. CLVS. Almost, yeah, it's a cup and handle. That's that when I said I had to break that 200 though. What do we got going on with this guy? 1 billion shares. And this thing is ripped 13 to 15. So that's a How did that run? I mean, that's almost 2 billion shares. How did that run? There must have been... No, because there's not even that much volume. This must have been all buying volume. Only 9 million in volume, and this thing just ran that much with that big of a float. Must be nothing but buying on it. And it's over that 50 day. It does have room up to 21. Yeah, I kind of like that float. It's too big. So that's kind of wonky. We're seeing high floats rip like low floats today, which means there's a lot of volatility. Ain't nothing I'm seeing there. Let's see. Hardly anything on the low float scanner. LYT. After that massive sell off, this could be a little dead cat bounce. Don't like that. BRQS, that's below all EMAs. Don't want nothing to do with that. Okay. Come on. See, I know there's been a lot of talk about Revlon. See, Revlon does have an uptrend on this day. Why is this going up? I know HH has been covering it, but I don't I don't know how a hair product company is valuable during a recession, but okay. This must be, yeah, it's okay. It's one of these stupid short squeeze that Wall Street's bets is trying to pull. But it looks like it's already short squeezed off of this big pop that it had. I don't know. I'm not messing with none of that nonsense. It's Revlon. Why would you I don't know why this is even going up. All right. And let's see. So FIFE, Faraday future. Why stocks are trading higher? That manufacturing report said it was lower. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, the ISM manufacturing index fell to 53 for June from 56 in May. And analysts were expecting a reading of 54, so that's even lower than they expected. Global manufacturing PMI was revised higher U.S. construction spending fell off. That's not good. Let's see. The Baker Hughes North American rig count report for the latest week is scheduled to release at 1 p.m. There's talking about COVID. Okay. So everybody else trading. What's up, Daniel B? What's up, One Life? What's up, Ruben? How's everybody doing today? What's up, you guys over there on Twitch? There's definitely a lot of volatility in the markets today. Let's see what cryptos look like. Bitcoin under 20,000 still after it's dropped yesterday, but holding on this trend line at the moment. Ether kind of same thing, but there is altcoins that have been popping. See, natural gas is up 3%. Cotton's down, wheat's down. Oh my gosh. The dollar index is strengthening because all the money coming out of the stock market and pretty much everywhere else at this point. Yeah, I don't know. Today is not a very constructive day, it looks like, to trade. With it being a holiday weekend, volume is seeming a little light. Let me change my time frames, going to my 15 and my 1 hour. Yeah, that's getting rejected at 350. I just don't like that float at all. ACCD getting some rejection at 9. However, on this hour chart, it did pop a high up over the top of that wick. But again, be buying at the top. Actually, this is a bearish engulfing candle with that indecision on the 15 minute. Unless this candle turns back green, this is probably about to sell off. Maybe could possibly look for something there. Roadblocks, double top on the hour. That's probably not going to do much. See, Coinbase just got some news. Labor market is tight, but layoffs spike as Tesla, Coinbase, and other companies cut staff. Now, it's not just these major companies. Smaller companies are cutting staff like crazy, too. Like, everybody is cutting staff. Like, if you don't believe me yet, we're in a full recession. You're going to get the news soon from the feds yourself. But there's no good news for our economy whatsoever. Look at that. Coin starting to dump. It's just all... Which I said last night, it would probably come back down. See, how's NIO doing? The NIO's down. Even SIGA. Let's actually keep an eye on SIGA. It looks like it might try to make like a little double bottom here. I'd like to see it sell off one more time to about that 1125 area right there, then bounce. Possible break at 12. That actually looks like that could be a possible play. It's just a little too early to tell. I'm just looking for a break and hold of support of $12. Come here. Try and draw a line. Thinkorswim, don't hurt my feelings. What? What are you doing, Thinkorswim? You causing me all kinds of craziness this morning. Jeez, come on. There we go. Now, I'm going to draw this line very fast. There we go. Now now I'll adjust it. 12. So all I want to see on this play for the setup is to come down again like this and then come back up like this. And if we see that, then we should see that. But that's what I'm looking for. That pattern right there on SIGA for today. Let's see. Oh gosh, yeah, today's not a great day to be trading. That's good, man. I'm glad you are keeping count with the people watching. That's nice. It's Friday on a holiday weekend. I wouldn't be watching this live stream either right now. I'd be I'd be getting ready to enjoy the 4th of July weekend. See, even on CLVS, we're way off of this trend line. Why is my drawing tool not working today? Come on, man. Thank you. There's your total uptrend. It looks like you did. Yep, there was a triangle. This was actually a triangle break. So, need to see it come back down some for a confirmation. Again, that's that big float, though. This big float stock's moving today. I don't like that. Very mixed there. NQ cracking 11.5. All right. Things about to get real ugly. Oh, I'll be working this weekend. Yeah, Ruben, I'm aware. I'm aware of what's going on. I'll be joining you on that Sunday for the staking and everything else. I think we'll be good after that. But yeah, I know what's up with that. One life I'll be working. I always am working. I don't take any days off. There's no time anymore for me to. That's why I've been live streaming a little bit less, because I'm so busy with everything. Multiple channels, multiple blockchain projects, multiple NFT games, multiple partnerships, sponsorships, affiliate deals. Well, not really affiliate deals. We're not doing those anymore, but sponsorship deals, things like that we're trying to work out. And it's just all takes a lot of time. So it has been quite a busy week. Actually, nice couple of weeks. I need residual income so I can not work. That's yeah, man. That's what I constantly preach: cash flow and incomes. I have those. That's why I don't work for anybody. I work for myself, which means I can work as much as I want or as less as I want. But I'm working a lot for reasons. We are getting ready to bring a whole lot of things to the Framework Fortune community here. Probably pretty shortly. It's been a delay on a lot of things at the beginning of the year, but we're moving along right now. So got a lot of different things we're trying to work out. But if this NASDAQ cracks 11.5, we're going down to 11,000, so that may ruin a lot of plays. Yeah, 5 giving almost all of those gains back from that candle. Big pullback there. Let's keep an eye on SIGA, because there's really nothing else going on, and SIGA's not quite there yet, but there is a possibility of that setup. Yeah, I see Daniel B's. Oh, Yeah, I saw. I was about to answer that. What you were saying, Daniel, be about Biden decreased retirement savings. He also raised Medicare. So that's what I was saying last night. They raised Medicare, and that's going to the Medicare people have been blowing up my business phone and personal phone since they did that. I've heard other people complaining quite a bit about the same thing. So yeah, there's shenanigans going on in the economy right now. And so I'm saying there's not really any good news to turn this economy around. I'm still adamant about the Feds reversing course in October. Yeah, if Daniel B, if you do have the article, you saw that in. If you can post it, if not, it doesn't matter. It's, I mean, it's happening. You can go Google it and find out. They're doing quite a bit. It is causing shenanigans. Got PLTR, look at that. Quick rip all the way up, giving all of it back. Siga, what do you got? A million in volume? Yes, I guess had a million in volume so far. It's just not got a lot at the moment. Let me see again here. Starting to push back up a little bit. We have 15 minutes on this hour to close. Hey, May just seen it on the news. But I mean, it would make perfect sense. You decrease the retirement savings. That's the money you can pull to try to use for whatever else. I don't know what they're going to use that money for, but mm, the stock market's going to get wonkier and wonkier probably until we get closer to this election. I think this election is going to be why the Feds reverse course in October, but I don't know. I just don't know. Our government is about stupid. We're starting to get a few people in the government who's got a little bit of brains on them, but there's nothing that a few people with brains can do to save what's already happening. We're trying to push back up. No, I wouldn't do that. Let's just wait till Sunday, Ruben, till we go through that thing with ECAS. Oh, that's your estimate. Are you okay? Now I'm very skeptical. I thought you were getting that information from somewhere besides your head. Can you elaborate on that, Daniel B? How you came to that number? Well, there. If you haven't looked, Ruben, on the Dows, they've added a whole bunch of things, including upgrading the Dow to the new V1. So I tried to do that and still got an error message. But upgrading the Dow to the new V1 should make things a lot easier. So maybe try that. Try upgrading yours first before you do anything else. Because they added they had like four more tabs in the proposal tab, including upgrading your Dow. ACCD not dying yet, still hanging around that 870 area, but I don't particularly like that, how high it is. Yeah, SIG is looking pretty good. So I'm looking for that break at 12 on SIGA. Maybe start building. May start building a little position on this. I don't think I'll go anything crazy. I'm gonna give this a. We got a little bit of about 10 minutes before his 15-minute candle closes. On this hour chart, this is pretty much a bullish engulfing candle. You got the red body of this candle being engulfed by the body of this following green candle. You gonna try to start popping a little bit? I feel like this is gonna be a little fake pop, and we're gonna get that move that I'm talking about. Go ahead and get one in there. Buyer stepping up. Buyer stepping up. Let's see. Get out of here. We're going to test that 12. See if I can fill in here. Okay. I got 6. That's good enough. Like I said, I'm basically just trying to make my little loss back from EVFM. Alright, so I'm in 1187. That's fine. Let's see if we're going to test 12. Oh, we do got to get through 1192, that pre-market high right there, the top of this candle. So 1192 and 12 coming up very close to 1192. See, NQ's still dropping, it looks like, down 1143. Okay. Just holler at me after the stream, Ruben, because that's a lot to talk about during the stream. So we did get a little rejection off of there. Not too worried about it. I got such a small position. Let's see. Where could we run up to? We could get up to 13 before we run into some, yeah, basically that same line right there. So we got room up to there. Yeah. Yeah, if it can get up to 13, I can probably make my loss back for on this little 6 shares from that other trade. What do we got going on here? So Goldman Sachs adjusts price target to 13 from 15, maintains buy rating on ACCD. And that's close to trying to pop here. Looks like it may try to break 9 soon. At least go up and try to test 9. Oh boy, AGRX ate it. Wow. Yep, look at that. I'm pricing $25 million public offering. Well, that's going off the watch list. EVFM bouncing back above $1. I kind of thought I should have held it just a little bit longer. Oh well. INDO still dropping from the oil drop. AERC, just everything. Oh, they did a. Oh, that's the private placement. It's not public. Still, I don't want to. I'm gonna take that off. I don't care about Macy's. Take that off. LTHM. Don't like that. NRSN can stay on. LCID, I don't like that. Rev B can stay on. It's got a little uptrend possibly for next week. MSPR. I don't like the way. Nope. Did I get rid of it? I think I did. Okay. PLL. PEV. That's what I want to stay on. Now what's PLL? Don't take PLL off. Okay. Hustle can stay. SRAK. That's a lot higher float. Where's all these high float stocks come from on my damn watch list? Smith & Wesson. That's one I've been meaning to keep an eye on. Smith & Wesson is down still, down at 13 after that spike the other day. But that's back to the bottom. Previous support all through there, unless it cracks 13. OBTX, that looks like nothing I want to watch. PLTR. Not even sure why this is on my watch list either. Amazon got to pull back down to 105. Trying to push back up some more. See, Siga still trying to test. Looks like we did pop up to 1191. Maybe I changed away. Up, right here. Look at this new PR. I didn't submit it. Maybe I didn't see this PR earlier. It's not new. But monkeypox cases have tripled in the European region over the last 2 weeks. Orange County, California. Why is it always California who sees the first cases? I know a lot of people travel in and out of California. It's a lot of people, but it's just real coincidental. Like, California is not the only major traveling port in the U.S. You know, people come into Florida and New York quite a bit, but you never hear about these diseases starting anywhere but California. Of course. Let's see, what did you say, Daniel B? Bonds are below 3% on 10-year. I'm not exactly sure how you're getting I'm having a hard time connecting the pieces you're making, Daniel B. Like, Can you elaborate why the bonds being below 3% on a 10-year means that the Biden administration is doing what you said of um, decreasing retirement savings by 90%? Unless you meant what I was saying is them trying to drain the money out of there. See, Siga still trying to get a little action here. You're going to have to elaborate, Daniel B. You can't just make random vague statements like that and not elaborate on what you're talking about, man. I have no idea how you're connecting those two. Bonds wouldn't have anything to do with Medicare. And nobody's buying bonds anyway. Like you said, who wants to buy a bond for 10 years with 3% interest when inflation is at 12, 11, whatever the hell it's at now? Nobody wants a bond. It's just taking its time. Alright, so we got this new all candles have closed for that hour. We got this new 15-minute and new hour opening up here. We're opening up pretty high, so we want to see it break 12 now if it's going to break. If it doesn't break 12 here, then we are going to pull back, probably down to 11. Kind of a sketchy open right there at that top. Well, you got to specify that that's your opinion. You just threw out a random number and said Biden is decreasing retirement savings by 90%. That you said it like it was a fact. If it's your opinion, you can't say it like it's a fact, Daniel B. Like you said it like that was some type of fact. Like if it's your opinion, that's a whole different thing. That you basically like you got to be careful with the way you word things. I know that you have a little trouble with English, but that's clarify if it's going to be your opinion. I mean, I'm not sweating you, man. I'm just saying, like, your first statement was very vague, and you could have started with, "This is my opinion," but I thought you were talking about you actually saw those numbers, so it threw me off too. But no, I mean that's your opinion. Your opinion is probably pretty accurate. I wouldn't doubt it. But just try to lead with that next time instead of saying it like it was a fact right out the gate. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Me and Ruben both misunderstood it as like a fact. So it wasn't, it's not like a big deal or anything. I'm just saying, just to keep from confusion. If you're gonna lead, or if you're gonna say something like that, just please try to lead with "This is my opinion," so we don't get. So we at least know the difference. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. We want to know the difference between opinions and facts. In here, we don't want to be getting confused from opinions and facts. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, yeah, no, 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 I know what you're saying. I know what you were saying, Daniel B. I got you. As far as the economy crumbling and the stocks are decreasing rapidly and the bonds and all that. Yeah, no, I got you on all that. But that's why I was asking how you came to um, that number without that number for Medicare off of the bond. Just elaborate on that. Just elaborate on what your opinion is about. You know, like explain a little bit more how you came to your opinion on that. That's a good. Uh, that'll be some good information that we can go off of. That's a good. What's a good thing for young people with money, one life? Matter of fact, give me just a second here. Um, I'm gonna take a quick little break. I'll be right back. Let's see here. Let them come. Yeah, I got what you're saying, One Life. Good morning, Lori Lee. Been a minute since I've seen you in here. I know, I should say good evening. Of course, I mean, I haven't been streaming that much this week, but that's probably why I haven't been in there. I don't know why. Okay. So, well, now, One Life, I don't know about calling yourself a young people. What's this NQ doing? If this NQ keeps selling off, if it doesn't hold 11.5, I'm calling it a day. I'll let Sega try to do its thing, but so I get a little retest of 11.5 as resistance, but really struggling there. I mean, this 3-day weekend, I just can't imagine a lot of money's going to come into the markets today and try to hold them up for over a 3-day weekend with as much news and stuff is coming out, especially all these numbers, these bad economical numbers, I should say. Where did Sika go? There you are. CYN is ripping. Let's see what we got here. I know you've been on talking about CYN. A couple of you, I believe, in the chat has. Yeah, nice move there. Little U-shaped break. Not too bad. Bouncing off of that support. Yeah, very nice. On the 1 hour chart. Beautiful inverse head and shoulders. Head there. Inverse there. Or head there, shoulder there. And shoulder there. And it's getting that pop up. Only problem is 125 is a lot of resistance. It's trying to build support there now. But you only got room up to 135 before next resistance. So you got about 10 or 20 more cents. Of tons of resistance. It is below the 10-day. So it's got to break above that as well. Basically, it's going to take... none of this might be... If they can hold 125, maybe we can see it up to 150 today. But I don't know. Like I said, this NQ right now is looking very, very sketchy. But if you got CYN, you got it at $1 off of the support, or $1.10, $1.15. You got a nice rip out of it so far. A little 10, 15 cent move on a cheap stock. You get 300-400 shares. That's a decent little bit of profit. And if it can rip more for you. All right. Let's see. Looks like we're about to get another test of 12 here on SIGA to 1188. Yeah, look, it looks like you called it. If that was the call you made, Lori, you called it on CYN. It had a nice bounce play. It was a good little bounce play for $1 stock. You're watching Clove, SKYH, and Forge. Whoops, I just put in the wrong ticker symbol. Clove, SKHY. That one was a good one for a while. If it's pulled back, that may be one definitely to Forge. Actually, I'm not the one who called SIGA. HH Trader called SIGA. He's the one who found this 2 weeks ago and was talking about monkeypox was probably going to be a problem. And maybe it's more than 2 weeks ago. It might have been 3 weeks ago he called it. But yeah, I was just, I mean, I was saying last night off of the uptrend, it could probably keep moving. But I mean, other than that, I didn't actually really call this play out in the beginning of the rip. I'm just still on it and on my watch list because of the potential, this monkeypox and craziness. If it gets real crazy. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at what you just said. Clove. Let's see, on the 1 year, 1 day. A lot of support at that 195 $2 area. Actually, you got a pretty interesting pattern going on this. There's your downtrend, and then your support line right there at $2. So you got a little triangle. Actually, this is a big triangle because it started in April. It's getting very close to popping, so you may be on to something there, Lori. I don't think we'll see it today. It's trying to move up some, but looking at the space left on that triangle on the daily, it looks like it has a few more days before it tries to pop. I mean, who knows what could pop today? Today is just like, it's just like a grab bag of fun or something. I mean, everything, because with it being that weekend, I mean, you got swing traders who are going to be getting out, who are not going to want to swing over the weekend. You got institutions finishing up their positions. That's like a normal Friday, but with a 3-day weekend Friday, and actually we're starting to test 12 now on SIGA. It's just one of those days. It's just one of those days where there's not really any good traction to tell what is going to happen. But SIGA breaking 12 right now. Going on up there, SIGA. So that's breaking over the pre-market high, so we're looking pretty bullish. $12 can confirm support here. You can see it's trying. We drop back down to $11.99. $12 acting as resistance still on the level 2 on the ask. See if buyers keep coming in here. Yeah, buyers trying to fight for this 12 area. Still not able to stack the bids at 12. There we go. Bid stacking. Let's see if they continue to hold. Looks like we got some resistance at 12.5. You can see some sellers sitting there. So yeah, 12.05. Let's get that out of the way. Come on, put that 12.05 up here. Getting some buys near 12.05 at 12.04, but we need to see 12.05. Come on, get the last little bit of them out of there. There you go. Come on, get it out of there. Still trying to confirm this support. What's up, Austin? How's it going, my friend? There we go. Now it's starting to pop. 12.05 was acting stupid for no reason. Yeah, there we go. On up to 12.15. Are you going to start really running here? Get up to the top of that trend line. Looks like we're going to run into some resistance at 12.15. Toss some money out there today. Well, did you at least get the money back? Or are you saying you went for more of your swings? If you swinging over this weekend, Austin, you're a crazy man. You're crazy. Yeah, yeah, Daniel B. I saw Jordan Peterson is on a warpath right now. He there was something I saw the other day where he actually told them to f off to their face, or if he said something like, "If you don't like it, yeah, then f off." And I was like, "Damn, Jordan Peterson, you're getting savage out here." And Xanax he stopped taking, man. Oh, it's sitting there for a while. I got you. I mean, the whole thing with Jordan Peterson is he is a psychologist. He's not going to. He's a psychologist that doesn't care about what anybody thinks about what he says. You know, he's a free thinker. So whether you like him or not, most of that whole ordeal was blown way out of proportion. They were trying to make it sound like Jordan Peterson hates fat people or something, and that's not what he's saying. This whole thing he's saying about that is not healthy. Being overweight, being obese is not healthy, and that is not an opinion. That is an actual medical fact that I didn't know we had to personally discuss anymore. The whole idea of what they're trying to do, the media, which there's nothing wrong if you got weight. You know, I'm not hating on you. All I'm saying is the same thing Jordan Peter's saying is not healthy. I mean, that's just all there is to it. I gain weight all the time, and if I get over a certain pound weight, I get near 200 pounds, I start feeling horrible. I start feeling garbage. So I don't think there's anything wrong with what Jordan Peterson said, but the way they tried to frame it, of course, tried to make it seem like he was being fat phobic, which everything today now has a phobia. All right, we're retesting that 1215 area. You see some bids stacking on 1215. Very nice. There they go. There we go. Should see a move on up to 1225 here. Um, well, so there is a lot of nonsense with social media. I am on social media. I make money off of social media, and I'll be the first one to tell you. Okay? This is if you don't know this information, the algorithms, which is what I have to focus on to get my videos out there, to get views. The algorithm is designed to push content that you want to see from all of your information. Because if you signed up on YouTube or Google, then they have all your information. They record everything, they listen to everything. If you've ever just been talking and you've been like, oh, I'm thinking about getting a new pot and pan set for cooking. And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later on your phone, you open it up and there's an ad for a new cooking pot and pan, right? So the whole entire algorithm, all of social media, I think was originally designed to bring the world together, but has been since, and maybe not nefariously, maybe just out of marketing strategies, because that's all it really is. Propaganda is marketing and advertising. I mean, just anything around you that you see that you've bought or sold is still propaganda, right? You're wearing a Nike shirt. You look in the mirror, you see that Nike symbol. Well, now your brain is being hit with, oh, Nike. You know, we're constantly all the time being hit by that type of stuff on social media. Tons and tons of propaganda. Now, TikTok and the YouTube shorts and the Facebook shorts, those are real dangerous. Those can get you trapped in there and just have you down a rabbit hole going, and will freak you out. It will ruin your brain and cause you mass anxiety. So I don't think, and I'm not Jordan Peterson. I don't know exactly, but I am assuming the reason he left is because of that. He felt probably a lot of that pressure from all of the marketing and propaganda and everything, and that, and he took heat. I don't think he ever meant to try to be famous. He took the whole reason Jordan Peterson is famous is because he told one of his students in Canada that he wasn't going to call them by what they wanted to be identified as. So I don't think he purposely went out to go be this big polarizing figure. I think he was just, like I said, just believing or just standing up for what he believes in and saying what he believes, and it made him famous. And because of everything going on, and if he's on Xanax, so the story that I heard him tell, he's been on Xanax for like 50 years or 40 years or something like that. And he just stopped taking them because he realized what they were doing to his brain. If you don't know, Xanax is an anxiety medicine, but it messes with your dopamine receptors and things like that. Any drug will do that, but Xanax also will rewire some of the things in your brain. I don't know the specific technicals because I'm not a brain surgeon, but that is just how that works. So I just think, I don't know. Not everybody's cut out to be on social media. As far as nice pop up to 1220. As far as on this side, see, when you're on this side of the screen, you're trying to use that algorithm to your advantage, which is also, there could be some moral objection or moral qualms inside of yourself if you feel like you might be taken advantage. I personally don't feel like triggering the YouTube algorithm and taking advantage of it is taking advantage of anybody, because you can turn this shit off. like you don't have to watch TikTok, YouTube. You don't have to watch anything. There's an off button on all of it. So if you want to be in that world, the social media world, whether it's on this side of the screen or you're on the other side of the screen, it gets too much. It starts, like, you'll notice if you've been on TikTok a long time, you might not notice, but if you meditate a lot and then you try to get on TikTok or something, it'll hurt your brain. Now that's why I'm not on TikTok whatsoever. I don't look at TikTok. I mean, I hardly look at social media myself. I'm on social media, but I don't really, other than the projects that I'm focused on and the economics that's going on, I really don't pay that much attention to anything else going on. Let's see. Ruben, you said you can't get over 140 pounds. That's when you was lifting in the army. Some people are just built that way. That's a good point. We don't know how to properly use social media. Yeah, I don't blame you, Daniel B. Plays on the dopamine receptors. Yep. I mean, there's nothing. I'm not telling anybody not to get on social media. All I'm saying is just be cognizant of what those algorithms are trying to do to your brain. That's all I'm saying. It's not like the algorithms are evil. They're just code, but the way they're set up is very, very. It's morally questionable to some people. Drippy Blue. So I can't tell you what to invest in, buddy. That's we don't do that here. That's against the SEC. I can't tell you what to buy or sell. But all I'm watching right now is SIGA. I'm in SIGA, but I've been in it since 1187. So getting in at this point, you may be getting in a little high, as it's already started its breakout. Other than that, I mean, today's just not a good day to really be trading. That's why I don't have many shares of SIGA. I'm just trying to make my loss back from EVFM not holding up this morning from yesterday when I swung it. I shouldn't have swung EVFM. I started to take it last night, but I was on the phone. I was on the I was on a call with HH, and I did not realize the market had closed yet in after hours. Like I was getting ready to come back over and sell it, and I went to go sell it, and the market was closed because I lost track of time, and I was like, "Whoops, well, I guess I'm swinging that." And I checked in pre-market and it was up, but as soon as I sat down to trade, it was cracking $1, so I had to get out of there. But yeah, I mean, Friday was it being a long weekend, as I've been saying. July 4th is Monday. I'm not expecting much out of today. I mean, even SIGA, it's breaking, but it's slowly breaking, and this thing's relatively low float. We're just slowly climbing up. All right, so no, I don't agree with that. There's a lot of debate about social media and what it should be used for and all of that. As someone who doesn't care what everybody else does, like, and I don't mean that as just, I'm not talking about you guys in the Framework Fortune community. I'm just talking about in general, like the whole Roe v. Wade overturn decision and the gun decision. Like, people are in outrage. Some people are extremely happy. Like, I mean, is it making you money right this second? That's what I want to know. You know, if you were out protesting or rioting or you're on social media talking trash, well then you missed the rip on SWBI on Smith and Wesson, right? So all that news headlines, if there's news headlines like monkeypox on SIGA here, you can freak out. You can be like, oh God, monkeypox, and be on social media complaining about it. Or you can find where the money is going behind those social media scares like monkeypox or whatever the propaganda is at the time. Not saying monkeypox isn't real; it is a real disease, but you know, it's HH seemingly is calling this from the beginning. I didn't believe monkeypox was going to be that big a deal, but they're running with it. At least, you know, the Who's talking about it cases have tripled. You can see it right up there in the news. And maybe H is right. Maybe this monkeypox thing is going to get out of hand. I don't know. But all I do know is there's some concern about monkeypox. So monkeypox vaccine stock SIGA is getting some attention. So that's what I look for. I always ask the question, is this thing going to make me money? Not just a stock, but like if I'm looking at social media, is this something that can make me money? Like if I'm watching a video of a cute cat, that's not really going to make me any money. I might feel good for a few minutes getting that dopamine hit off my dopamine receptors, but I'm not like, I'm not going to make any money off of a cat video unless I've got a cute cat myself that I can take a picture of or take a video of and post that, and then maybe maybe that will make me some money. But it's survival of the fittest out here, guys. Look at this nice break all the way up to 1240. Let's see if we can get through that 1250. It's slowly moving, but it's a going. And I'd rather be in a slow moving stock on a day like today than some of these other plays, which I don't really see anything else happening at the moment other than SIGA. So Um, exactly. One life, exactly. Okay, we got a couple people in here. Let me see. I'm trying to keep up with these comments. Ruben, tracking data is huge. It's not even tracking data, it's selling data. Every time you sign something, terms and conditions for like Google or YouTube or anything pretty much nowadays, in that terms and conditions, if you don't read it, it says that they will sell your data. Like most of them do. So it is very huge money. It's actually the reason why Amazon is the monopoly they are. That's how Amazon has made so much money, and they can charge such cheap prices, especially when they started out, because of Drippy Blue. You're still in school, so if you're still in school, okay, I don't think Drippy's is trolling us. Hold on a second. We'll get into a lesson here. Siopsy, the market is slow. You've only had one trade on Rev out the open. Yeah, yeah. Austin, you hit SWBI good, nice. So that's what I was talking about. People are on social media fighting and arguing over the gun Supreme Court gun decision, and Austin was making money off of Smith and Wesson. That's what I'm talking about. That is the difference between staying a sheep in the hamster wheel, which is a really weird metaphor. I guess that is the difference between staying in the hamster wheel and getting out of the hamster wheel. You've got to realize that there is two sides of our economy. We have a broken system, but the two sides, the majority, the poor side, I hate to call them sheep, but they are. Like I said, if you're watching cat videos all day or doing stuff that's not making you any type of money, you're wasting most of your time. You're kind of a sheep. Well, let me put it this way. So the two sides are consumers and producers. That's the two sides, really, right? We can go deeper and talk about the politics and all that. That should not be a side. It's like a third dimension that should not exist in the first place. But the side you want to be on is the producer side. Now, why would you want to be on that producer side instead of the sheep consumer side? Because the sheep consumer side, the mass population, is trained to spend money all the time. When you wake up in the morning, I'm talking to every single one of you, even the ones who know where I'm going with this. We are starting to push up to 1250 here on Siga. But if you know where I'm going with this, just hang on. But if you're new, if you're in high school, Drippy, this is a very important lesson. So really, really think about what I'm saying. So you are trained when you wake up in the morning. Think about when you first wake up. You open your eyes, you look around, what's the first thing you're going to see? You're going to see probably your blanket, which you probably bought from Kohl's or Amazon or something like that. That blanket is going to remind your brain, oh, you got that from Amazon. Maybe you start thinking, oh, maybe I need a new blanket. Already, as soon as you wake up, you are getting hit. Your brain is getting hit with consumer propaganda. You go brush your teeth. You got your toothpaste. It's got a brand name on it. Colgate, whatever. Your toothbrush has a brand name on it. You got your hair gel. You got your brush. You got your toilet paper. You got all those things within the first 5-10 minutes of waking up that you don't normally even think about, but you have been trained to constantly buy. Like, we are trained to constantly buy all types of stuff, and that is that consumer mentality. The economy, because we don't have manufacturers anymore, there's some, but not that many. The economy is a consumer economy. The way our economy is held up is by people buying stuff all the time. That's why we're seeing a collapse right now, is partly because of the feds and all of that, with the money printing, and partly because people they don't have the money to buy things. They don't have the money right now to consume because prices are higher. So when those consumers don't have money, that's a bad thing for economy. But anyway, that consumer side is where we're born and raised to stay. Now, once you realize, and I didn't realize this until about 10 years ago. I mean, I was 27, 28, actually not even 10 years ago now at this point. It was about 20, so maybe about 8, 9 years ago, something like that. Anyway, the point is, the other side, the producer side, this is where the system is super broken at. The producer side means that you are selling things to the consumer sheep side, right? We see it in the stock market all the time. The institutions buy low and then they sell to the retail traders on a nice rip, like what was it, FIFE, right there. And right now retail traders are trying to buy this, but the institutions were already in here, right? So these institutions are kind of like your producers selling the high price stocks to the retail traders. That's why we do not buy at the top. If we buy at the top of these rips, we are more than likely falling for some type of institutional trap. We want to find those double bottoms like back here on this play where we can get in before the consumer traders, the retail traders. Even though we are retail traders, we want to stay advanced. But it's all education, okay? The main difference between between the poor and the rich right now is education. The system is broken, but if you know how the producer side works, if you know how the other side works, and you're on that side and not the consumer side, you will start to learn how to make money all the time very easily. It becomes almost like magic, really, because as a business, you get lots of tax write-offs. As a W-2 employee, you don't get any tax write-offs. You paying taxes out of that paycheck. So there's a lot of different things like that. But you do not want to be stuck in the consumer side if you are trying to become an entrepreneur, or you want to be an entrepreneur or a trader, whatever, and you're trying to make it out. Lando's a great example of one of our younger traders in the community. I don't know if Lando's in here, but Lando was 18 when he joined the Framework Fortune live streams and channel and stuff. And now he's, I think, 19, if I remember correctly, 19 or 20. And he's doing great. Like, he's mastered, well, I don't want to say he's mastered, but he's doing really well as a trader. He started trading options. He's got his stuff going on. So it doesn't matter about what age you are. It doesn't matter about what color you are. None of that. The system does not care about any of that. The system wants you to be either the sheep consumer or making money over on the other side of the producer side. So don't be a straight consumer. Try to think about what I'm saying and put it out there. Let me give you some of these comments after that. Let's see. Okay. Bezos was the first. Start track what you were buying or looking for. Yeah, that's what I was saying about Amazon earlier. Drippy Blue, you play football, so you don't have much time to get a job. So, okay, let me continue to read these comments. You're getting some good information from Lori. Siopsy. So, first off, the first thing you should do, Drippy, is get a paper trade account. You open a Thinkorswim account, you can paper trade for free. It doesn't cost any money to open a Thinkorswim account. What are you using to trade on, first off. Because if you say Robinhood, then we're going to have a talk. Robinhood is absolute trash and garbage. So if you say Robinhood, we're going to have a serious talk. But what are you trading on, first off? Let's start with that. You don't remember what your name is when you wake up? No, I'm not saying that's exactly the point I was saying, Siopsy. You don't remember, but your brain remembers. Next time you go to the store and pick up that toothpaste, you're going to get that same toothpaste, or you're going to get another toothpaste that's on sale, or whatever you do. But that's what I'm talking about. It's subconscious. If you don't consciously think about this, all that propaganda we've been born and raised with is going to make you not remember, not even think about it. That was my point of what I was saying. When you wake up, think about everything. Think about all that. And tomorrow when you wake up, remember, let's see. There's something weird that maybe will make you remember this. Tomorrow when you wake up, yeah, I did see CYN making a nice pop. Very nice call, Lori, getting all the way up to 150. Did get up that 150 area, so nice call, Lori. Very nice call. Let me pop back on Siggy here while we're testing this 1250. Starting to get a little double top. But yeah, what I was going to say is tomorrow when you wake up, remember me going blah blah blah, and then think about, yeah, I want you to see this face as soon as you wake up, so it really sticks in, this ugly mug and that weird noise and crazy face I just made. Remember that. I want you to have nightmares of it like tonight. So when you wake up in the morning, look around you, just think about every single thing, and we're getting a breakout at 1250 here. Every single thing around you. Every single thing around you normally don't think about is a marketing attack on your brain. And when I say marketing attack and propaganda, I'm just talking in general terms. I'm not talking conspiracy theory level stuff here. This is basic marketing stuff that I'm talking about. CNN hit all-time lows. Yeah, of course, CNN's in debt. They're going to go out of... Wi-Fi 2017, the best app to trade on. Okay. We got a lot of new people in here. So, let's get to business here. If you are day trading, then trading on this is not going to work. I don't care how many YouTube ads of a-holes telling you that this is going to work for you to day trade on. No. I look at my screens. I have all this stuff up that I'm looking at right now. There is no way that my old ass eyes could read all of this stuff on this tiny little phone, right? When you're trying to day trade, these patterns, these price flow, price action, which basically just means the flow of buyers and sellers, because all this is just a bunch of supply and demand. But if you're trading on a phone, you're just not going to see things. You're going to miss things. And then not only that, this is very small. If I'm in a day trade, where I'm planning on getting in and out within 5-10 minutes, if one of my dogs jumps in my lap and knocks this out of my hand, well, then I could lose money very easily, right? So I never, ever, 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 ever tell people to trade on your phone. If you want to swing trade, that's a little bit different. If you're planning on holding for a couple of weeks, couple of months, or whatever, then you can use your phone. Day trading, no. No. Absolutely not. Going to be the worst thing that you ever done to yourself. Now, it is good to have the app on your phone that you're day trading on in case something happens, like your internet goes out, then you can hop over to your phone and put a sell order in real quick or whatever. We are getting 1250 starting to hold as support. If that 1250 holds the support, we may see this on up to 13. But anyway, the apps. So this is Thinkorswim. This is free to use. I don't have an affiliate link. Thinkorswim doesn't. I mean, they have some type of affiliate program, but this is what I've been using for 6 years. It doesn't cost anything. There's a phone app, and there is this desktop platform. Both are going to be much better than Robinhood. Well, anything's better than Robinhood. Anything is better than Robinhood. Like, you with Robinhood, you might as well just walk out in the middle of the highway, take all your money out of your pockets, and just throw it in the air and shoot fireworks at it on the 4th. That's what, if you're using Robinhood, that's what you want to do. So, Thinkorswim, this is TD Ameritrade. This is a good platform for desktop and mobile. HH Trader uses Charles Schwab. I don't recommend it as much, but he likes it some. You can use Webull. Webull's not terrible. Webull has access to cryptos, but I would not buy cryptos on Webull because you are not going to be holding your physical cryptos. Those are going to be held by them. You do not have your own keys. So I don't like using Webull for cryptos, but it's for a beginner to start off on. It's not too bad, but Webull you have to pay for level 2. You have to pay for this. It's only $2 or $3 a month, but if you're starting out as a trader, you don't want to pay $2 or $3 a month. And this level 2 is pretty important to day trading. So even Webull, you're better off. I mean, I don't know. Everybody here in the chat who's been following and been part of Framework Fortune for a long time, has anybody found a platform better than Thinkorswim for day trading? Because I've looked and looked and looked. And to be honest, we just turned down a sponsorship deal with another exchange because of one little minor thing. They didn't have cash accounts. And you guys know who've been following me, I do not like trading on margin accounts. But we did just have to turn that sponsorship down because we're not going to promote to you guys any garbage. Not to say it was garbage, it just didn't have cash accounts. But yeah, that's another thing too. If you're a new trader, the first thing you need to do is find a platform. Thinkorswim is very good. This one has its own paper trading. So if you don't know what paper trading is, it'll allow you to trade the markets in real time and practice without risking any real money. And the reason why you need to do that is you just need to get used to using this platform, right? And I have set up videos on the channel of how to set Thinkorswim up. So if you want something that most of us are using in the Framework Fortune community, it's Thinkorswim, to be honest with you, until we find something better. Webull is not fee-free. Like I just said, you've got to pay for level 2. Thinkorswim is fee-free. You do not have to pay for level 2. Webull's okay, but it's not as free as Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim is about as free as you can get. Let me see here. Free commission? Yeah, well, so, okay. Nothing is free commission. They promote it as free commission, and they won't charge you commission, but where they're getting you at is right here on this level 2, which is part of the reason why Webull charges you to pay for the level 2, because they don't want you to see how they're getting you. So if you're using Webull for free and you're not paying for that level 2, then you don't know that they're actually getting you between the bid and the ask of the level 2. They're getting their money from you between the spread. So your fills, when your orders get filled on Webull, you're not going to get as good as entries, right? Because they're going to fill you up a little bit higher so they can make that little bit of commission back that they're telling you that it's free commission. There's nothing free in this world. They'll tell you it's free, but it's not. Not at all. Now, Thinkorswim, of course, does the same thing, but Thinkorswim's been around way longer than Webull, and the executions are very good for the most part. I mean, the only thing I could think of that might have faster executions than Thinkorswim would be Lightspeed Trader, but that's an advanced trading platform where you're going to be paying like $90 a month to use it. Thinkorswim has no fees, no monthly fees, no annual fees, nothing. And also, another thing that Webull doesn't have, or Robinhood, and I don't know if they're still going to do this or not, because they did get bought out by Charles Schwab. Let me close this right here. So that is the Thinkorswim Visa debit card. I can pull money out of my trading account with this debit card. They've had this for years. So that makes it, because I'm a trader who does not like to keep my money in a place where I can't access it quickly. So if you were trying to do a bank transfer from your Thinkorswim account or any other brokerage account, it might take 2 to 3 days. Whereas with Thinkorswim, since you have this card, if I need to get my money out of there quick, because whatever reason with these economic volatile times, I can go to an ATM or go to my bank and just transfer it out directly in one day. So that's another good thing about Thinkorswim. So, like I said, I don't have an affiliate link. I'm not trying to sell you guys on Thinkorswim. I'm just honestly telling you, this is probably the best that you're going to find as a free application for new traders. And as well, that paper trade function is really nice. Okay. Siopsy, how can 110 be support if is even under the 200 MA? What stock are you talking about, Siopsy? Yeah, US can trade on Webull, but what's up, Donnell? How's it going, buddy? Oh, shut up, Daniel B. You ain't selling no courses. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. He's spamming. Don't spam, Daniel B. You know the deal. Don't falsely spam. Or you ain't supposed to be doing that. Come on now. Well, I know you were joking, but still. So I don't know if Drippy's still in here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you plan on making, if you like putting in $50 today and expecting to be 200 on Monday. The market's closed on Monday for one. It's July 4th. So if your money is in the market over a 3-day weekend and monkeypox goes crazy or more economic data comes out and everything crashes on Monday even harder, because that's the thing, if you're a new trader, it is a good time to start learning, but this is not exactly a calm market where new traders are going to be a little bit safer in. This is a very volatile market that we're in right now. Nothing is, look, the NQ is still not able to hold. It's 11.5 acting as resistance, and this is my technical analysis. I think we're crashing. I think we're going to keep crashing, and I don't think we're done because of inflation is going to continue to go. Oh, look here. What have I been saying, guys? What have I been saying? Guggenheim warns U.S. economy likely entered a recession during the second quarter. I've been saying that for the whole entire almost second quarter. This is what I say when retail traders, they the manufacturing grew at slowest pace in 2 years. This is what I've been saying. This is not like, if you are waiting on news, if you're waiting on economists or you're waiting on gurus to tell you when a recession is, they're not going to tell you till it's too late, right? So that's why it's important that you study and you know everything
yourself and know how to research and have a good understanding of economics, even if you're just day trading, because that news, you'll be, this news that comes out here is always late. Like it says that's right on time, but institutions, stuff like that, they get it before us. They always get it before us. Yeah, oh yeah, we're definitely in a bear market. We've been in a bear market since the beginning of this year. I sold all my stocks last year. That's how bearish I am on the market. I've been bearish for a while, for the last 2 years, 3 years. I've been calling for this crash. You can ask One Life and Daniel B about that, about me calling the crash and them arguing about it. But anyway, I don't care. I'm not looking for credit because I call things. All I'm doing is trying to teach you guys how to see the things that I'm seeing, HH is seeing. That's why HH Trader does his live streaming and analysis. We are starting to hold up 1250, so we may get another little pop, another leg up here on SIGA. But yeah, we're definitely in a bear market, and I don't see it turning around, as I've been saying, until October. And not because of anything good with the economy, but because the election is in November, and neither Republicans or Democrats really want to have that discussion of why the economy is in a recession. They're going to want to get elected. So I think we see a reversal then, the feds and everything reversing course on inflation and going back into more quantitative easing, heavier quantitative easing. Let's see, are we going to break or not? It's getting a little sketchy because we are getting close to the top of that trend line. I don't know if this is going to break today. It may have to come down. There's a lot more space left. Appreciate that, Wi-Fi. Now, if you don't understand what is going on right now in the economy and what's going on in the markets, I will post this video, and then I'll post a link to my trading lessons so you guys will have those to get to easily. It's all on the channel, but there's a lot of videos on the channel, so it can be very, very confusing. So I'll make it easy. Alright, so I highly recommend, if you haven't watched this video yet, to watch it. This is going to have some education on 1250 don't break here. I'm going to probably take this small profit, but whatever. But that right there is going to explain the economic side pretty well of what's going on with these crashes. And then let me get you guys the trading playlist. The trading lesson playlist, which I believe has the Thinkorswim videos in it. I'll check and make sure real quick. But I think, pretty sure it has those in it. Alright, so first one is the video about the economy crash and everything crashing. Second link is to the entire playlist of day trading lessons. Also, if you haven't yet, if you guys are not a part of the Discord, join the Discord. You know, it's not just about stock trading and all of that. We got all kinds of stuff in our Discord. Here, guys, I'll drop you guys a link to the Discord as well. It's completely free Discord. It's lovely. Very nice. We're getting that break at 1250 here. Looks like we're going to get up to 1275, 1280, right at that resistance. So we'll see if it can break there, but I'll probably lock it out. I am going to go ahead and lock out, I think, one shit. Nah, let's see. Yeah, let's just lock out one. I only got 5, but I want to or I got 6. I want an even number. While this is up some, I'm just going to lock that one share out. There we go. While we're at the top. Now I've got 5, so that'll be easier to deal with. Ain't got to do as much math. Not like I have to do much math on it anyway. Okay, 7 days. But even when I'm not streaming and usually HH Trader is streaming. Whoops. 5 is an odd number. I don't know what I said. I'm trying to do multiple things at once. All right, there you go. Yeah, actually, Ruben, you can use a different link. You don't have to sign up with frameworkfortune.com to join the Discord anymore. All you got to do is just pop in that Discord link and you are in the Discord. That's it. Don't call me out, Austin. What's wrong with you? All right, there we go. Woo! Y'all got me working today. It's Friday. Friday on a short weekend. I wasn't planning on working that much today. How long are we over on this stream? Okay, we're 1 hour and 45 minutes. Okay, we're coming back down, testing this 1250. Let me see what the NASDAQ is doing, if it's dropped any more. Yep, NASDAQ's still dropping. Well, actually, it's kind of stopped dropping at the moment. It's just kind of hanging out around 11.4. But definitely does not look like it's going to rebound. Here's the 15-minute chart all the way back to, what is that? Get out of here. That was about 626. So a week ago, the NASDAQ has been on the straight downtrend short term, and then we've got the overall chart on the daily where the NASDAQ's been in a downtrend, this bear market, since the beginning of January. But I think we're going to see a sell-off into the close today. I'll be surprised if we see the market strengthen into a 3-day weekend. Let's see, how's CYN doing? That was one that Lori was talking about. Yeah. Still trying to hold up its gains. Possible little uptrend forming, but need to give it some time to confirm that uptrend. Let's hop back on SIGA. There we go. Yeah, SIGA's still holding 1250. So maybe, so if it can continue to hold 1250, we're going to have to test 13. 13 is going to be major resistance. So I may just lock it out. This is already half of my loss made back from that stupid EVM swing, that accidentally EVM swing, which is all my goal was today, is just trade a little bit, make that little loss back. So we'll see. As long as it's holding 1250, then I'm going to keep holding. Starts cracking 1250, I'm going to get out of here. All right. Well, there you go. New creator to the channel, or to not the channel, new creator to the Framework Fortune Network. Coming in hot soon. Our boy Austin here. Gonna have another network, another channel to the network. More traders. I love it. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. So I don't know if Austin's going to be doing any live stream trading, but you've got live stream trading with me. You've got live stream trading with HH Trader. Let me actually get you guys the link to his channel too. HH Trader's channel. And then I don't know what Austin's going to be doing exactly on his channel. But there's HH Trader's channel. Matter of fact, let me see if I can... Austin, post your channel in here. Go ahead and post it. I know you don't have any videos up or anything, but go ahead and post it, and you guys go ahead and start subscribing. So when he does start putting out videos on his technical analysis, on his he'd use a lot of the Fibonacci retracements and things like that. He's a whole different type of trader than me and HH Trader. Whole different type of trader, but I'm excited to see what Austin brings to the Framework Fortune Network. Are you going to try to pop? We gonna break this downtrend today? I just don't think so. But maybe. We're still on this uptrend. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that resistance line. See our trend line's right there at 1225. We got quite a bit of time left, about 50 minutes on the hour candle, so really hard to say. I think we're going to get rejected here off of that 1265. I don't know if we get this breakout, the rest of this breakout today. I think, like I said, I think that may be next week. But buying volume is still increasing. Okay, getting rejection off of 1250. See 1250s on the ask. We don't have any 1250s on the bid yet. We need to see 1250 stacked there. And at this point, now that we're getting a little higher up, we want to make sure that these 1250s are not shorters. I don't like the way we're getting rejected on this candle. So 1250 tried to stack again, but was taken out very quickly, which makes me think this may be shorters coming in. So 1250 is trying to hold 3 minutes on this candle left. I'm just going to put a little stop loss on this right under 1244. If it doesn't break out, it doesn't break out. It'll be a small little tiny win for this Friday, which is fine, whatever. There we go. So either case, it's a win. It'll either be a very small win or it'll be a okay small win. It's not that many shares, so. But I wasn't risking it. I wasn't risking a whole lot today in this crazy market. Like I said, this is not the day to be going full crazy, blown, coked out, alligator boot wearing Wall Street trader, Wall Street bets trader, whatever, all of that. Oh, there we go. Right there he is. Right there. Reliable Rudy is the new channel. Go and subscribe to Reliable Rudy. Initially going to be pretty boring in terms of a trade. You're not selling this very well. Don't tell don't tell people it's going to be boring. Nobody's going to subscribe. No, I'm just messing. He's You're going to get a lot of details out of Rudy's channel, out of Austin's channel, Reliable Rudy. You're going to get a lot of information. He's very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Thorough. He's very thorough. He's like, has anybody seen the video of Biden walking into a bush? Like he gets off the helicopter. I think it's a helicopter at the White House. Secret Service is pointing for him to go on this path, and they're like, go, go, go. And then as he gets right to the turn where they're telling him to turn out, he just keeps walking straight off into the woods and then disappears behind some trees. Oh gosh, that video is so funny. It's kind of random out of nowhere, but I just remembered it. It made me laugh quite a bit yesterday. Okay, we're starting to hold 1250 now. Looks like we may get a push up. Another retest of this downtrend. Let's see if we can break here. I said 13 is the main area that we got to break. Hey, there's Lando. What's up, Lando? How's it going, my friend? Actually, they can't. Maybe let's see. Can I get to your channel from there? I don't know if I can get to your channel from there. You probably would have. You're probably gonna need to post the actual link because I can't click on your channel name, and it may be on my side. I don't know. You guys, let me know out there if you can click on that channel name. All right, we're coming up on 2 hours on the stream, so we'll give it about 5 more minutes. If anybody else has any more questions, any of that, go ahead and get those in. You do miss the Show Me the Frisk lives. It's not a Show Me the Frisk type of day. This is a very light day. Now next couple of weeks we should definitely start getting back into some more frisky days, but I'm not expecting any frisk out of today. I'm expecting nothing but sad bleeding sell-offs the rest of the day. Now, I could be wrong. It could be a rebound day, but it'd just be real weird for it to be a rebound day with 3 days of market being closed. Just the probabilities are not good at that. Where's Sig at? There we go. Alright, so Sig is starting to push. While you guys got if you do have any questions or whatever, get those in real quick. And remember, you also can join the Discord where you can find me and ask questions. You can find HH Trader. You can find Austin Reliable Rudy, who's in there. You can find Lando. You can find Donnell, a whole bunch of traders in the Discord and ask questions there. Everybody will be happy to help you, or at least somebody will. Somebody will get to your questions, whatnot. But yeah. Oh, that's the video I was talking about, Daniel B. He was following the Secret Service agent behind the bush. Yeah. That video is so funny. Because they point, they're like, this way, and then he just keeps going. There's a redo of the video where somebody dubbed over it, and they were acting like they were the Secret Service agent on the head, the earphone, and he was like, he's like, all right, now point out to where he needs to go. Strong, hard point. Very good, very good. All right, the eagle is approaching the destination. He should be turning in three, two. He's not turning. He's not turning. Bogey, bogey, alert, alert. Eagle is disappearing. Eagle has left. He is behind the bushes. We can no longer see him. Something like that. This is so funny. Yeah. If anybody's got that video to link for people who have not seen that video. Oh gosh. It's sad too though. Like, get this old man out of the White House, please, for the love of God. He is not running anything. We all know it. We can see it. He is hurting. He's in pain. He doesn't even know where he's at. Like, somebody help him. Get him out of there. I'm tired. I'm so tired of seeing the sadness of this old man walk around, which at the same time is hilarious to me, but I'm very cynical and have a dark sense of humor, but still. All right, anyway, if you guys have any questions or anything, we'll give the stream, like I said, about 10 more minutes here. I'm going to take a quick little break before we hop into that. The question segment. Well, you know, most live streams are always a question segment, but I try to give you guys a little bit of time at the end. Usually I'm a lot more serious trading, but today is just, like I've been saying, it's not the day for that. Just tiny, tiny little positions. But yeah, give me just a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. Get those questions, comments, concerns, or if you just feel like roasting my hair floof, I am up for a good joke and have fun roasting it, because there's plenty to roast just in this area. You start adding all of this area, you should have plenty of jokes. I'll be right back. So we are getting rejected off for that 1250 pretty clearly. I'm probably going to get stopped out. But that's about where I expected it to go, was right up to that top of that downtrend. So, like I said, it's a green trade. Um, Past 2 weeks were green weeks. This week, kind of a break even week because I took that loss on EVFMs, that small little $11 loss, wherever it's at. But then I also took a loss earlier in the week doing something stupid. This was not on live stream, but HH and me were on Discord. We were looking at different stocks, and I took a trade. It's so stupid. And I was trying to put my stop loss in, and I accidentally put the wrong type of stop. I put it on limit order to sell like 20 cents below where the price was, and I was in the green on the stock, and I accidentally sold it as a limit order instead of a stop loss, 20 cents under. So I took like a $15 loss on that play for just being stupid. So pretty much like a little. Yeah, I'd say I'm probably red on this week, but very, very little. Maybe like after this trade, maybe $10 or something. Not a big deal at all. But mainly because of that stupid. Next week, ask HH about it on his live streams Tuesday, if you can remember. He was he was on Discord with me when I did it. It was real stupid. Anyway. Austin, 3 buys on Meta today. I think you're crazy. Let's see. Lando, you're about to go watch DWAC live. What do you mean? What do you mean? Donnell, I don't blame you. Staying safe on the sidelines today. That's why I said I'm not taking any big trades or anything, or even, I just took this small trade. But it was a good setup. I mean, it was a perfect setup. Nice little bounce off of that. Come on. Or held all this through pre-market, then had that sell-off at the beginning, and then when it started slowly climbing up, kind of a triangle. Not really, though. Just more or less this uptrend confirming on this candle, and then breaking that pre-market high. That's pretty much the whole trade. And then, of course, Sika's been on watch for like 3 weeks. As far as Meta, are they still Facebook? What is their stupid ticker symbol? I don't like Meta or Facebook. Personally. What is their thing? Did they change their ticker to something else? What is Facebook? Can't even remember off the top of my head. I guess I should put Meta. See if that shows up now. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even realize they changed ticker symbols. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. This is Facebook, right? Yeah. Okay. Facebook parent Meta testing NFTs with some creators in the US. They are so behind, though. Like, as far as crypto goes and NFTs, Meta's super stupid far behind. And I'll show you exactly why. If any of you are gamers, I do like the inverse head and shoulder you have right here on the 15-minute. Got a shoulder there, head here, shoulder there. It is pushing up. So, I mean, if you're looking for it for a possible day trade, maybe. But if you're looking to swing this over the weekend, Austin, I don't know, man. That's pretty scary. So, Meta does not have any NFT market at all, right? They're just trying to test NFTs. For those of you who don't know, this is tokentrove.com. This is the front end of Immutable X platform, a layer 2 on Ethereum. And they already have multiple games, including their flagship game, Gods Unchained, which is play to earn. You can start playing this game and start earning NFTs and Gods token for free. I cover it on Framework Fortune Crypto, that channel. But you have already you have DC Comics on Immutable X. And some of these you can see the prices of some of these comic NFTs. Now, I'm not a fan of that type of NFT. I like NFTs that make me more money, like Gods Unchained NFTs, and not just by me buying and holding. By playing Gods, I constantly get paid out more Gods token. So DC, I'm just pointing out DC as an example because it's already on Immutable X, which is how this is how far ahead of Meta Immutable X is. And it is ahead of every other NFT marketplace out there right now. The only other one I can think of, because OpenSea is trash, I wouldn't use OpenSea. The only other thing I can think of is maybe Fractal on Solana, with their number one game being EVIO, which is a game that I am now covering on the Framework Fortune Crypto channel. But you earn, this one is not free to, you can play it for free, but you're not going to earn any tokens until you get one of the NFTs, one of these characters or weapons. Then you get a percentage depending on kills and all of that stuff during your gameplay, which you can then cash it out for Solana. So they have a few games on theirs, but that's on the Solana network, whereas Token Trove, IMX, Immutable X has multiple big games and is on Ethereum. Like Illuvium is not even out yet, and this token was $2,000 at the peak of the crypto spike. Right now it's around 120, but they just started doing this land sale, and this is what I'm interested in. I'm not interested in so much the games, like I'll do gameplay and all that themselves, but I'm more interested in the economies and the digital assets that they're building. Like right now, the cheapest land you can get, and all the land sold out in Illuvium, is 515. And you see these little diamonds. These are resources. This is going to be an esports game, and these resources you will be able to continue to cash flow off of this land. So that stuff that's already happening, that Facebook is so far behind, or Meta or whatever, they're so far behind. So that's what I'm saying. I don't like Facebook. And besides that, Facebook is centralized NFTs and cryptos because Meta's going to be the one controlling it all, whereas Immutable X is decentralized. I just got stopped out on SIGA, so it must have pulled back. Yeah, SIGA pulling back to that trend line there. So just get that little $3, almost $4, $3.50 win, making a little bit of my loss back. Whatever, that's fine. We'll get more frisky next week. But yeah, I just don't think Meta's got it, man. The whole point of crypto is decentralization, and I don't see people coming over to Meta and playing their stupid games, especially when it's far. Gala Games is another one. Gala's way ahead. I don't like Gala Games either, personally, but that's another play to a P2E game, NFT type of deal. And they're way ahead of Meta. Like they have this game you can already play. It's just one of them Candy Crush type of games, but it does pay out in some type of crypto. All these games that I cover, they pay out. If they don't pay out, then I'm not covering it. If I ain't getting paid to play the game, and there's not economies to trade the NFTs for quick profits, then I don't want a part of it. But really, the only thing on Gala that I kind of am interested in is this Grit, which is similar to almost a Red Dead Redemption, but I don't like Gala games. Like I said, I'm bullish on Immutable X. They're just way too far ahead. I know you're not buying it for the NFT, but you're buying Facebook for the future, right? You're buying Meta for the future. Well, Meta's future is NFTs and blockchain gaming. That's what they're aiming for. So if you're holding it for the future and you've got projects that are ahead of them, like Immutable X probably is going to steal a lot of fire from Meta. The whole point, like I said, of cryptos is decentralization. So Meta's future is all about cryptos and blockchains. So you got to keep that in mind. Like, yeah, Facebook is probably going to stay around forever. I mean, maybe. Maybe not. There's a lot of decentralized platforms, social media platforms coming out. Odyssey. We're on Odyssey. If you haven't checked out Odyssey yet, definitely go check it out. This is on the Library blockchain. And I believe this is the Crypto Odyssey that I'm on. Let me see here. Channels. Yeah, this is the crypto one. But we've got both the crypto and the Framework Fortune home channel on Odyssey. We just started Odyssey this week. But yeah, this is one that's probably going to catch quite a bit of people, especially in the decentralized world, and bring them from Facebook to over here because there's no censorship like there is. And actually it's set up pretty well. And then there's also tokens. So you can see just by starting an account, I got some of this token, this Odyssey token, which I believe, you can see it is immediately spendable, but I believe you can trade these tokens for library token, unless that is library token. I'm not sure. I'm still learning about it, so just follow the crypto channel if you want to know more about anything crypto. Once rates start going lower, advertising will come back in. Valuation is crazy. You'll do all right, unless the Nasdaq crashes. All them valuations ain't gonna matter. That's why I keep telling everybody. If the NQ does not hold up and we start crashing, Meta's not gonna hold 150. It'll just. I mean, all you got to do is just look on the chart. Where is the COVID dip? The 2020 dip. All right, let's find it. Right here. Here's the 2020 dip. Right? That was nothing. Since the beginning of this year, Meta has sold completely halfway off. Now, it does look like it may be at a bottom. And you do kind of have an uptrend. Actually, really, the uptrend's already cracked. You're buying a bearish stock right now. Because there's your uptrend. It's cracked below these previous lows. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a good sign. That is not a good sign at all. This is a perfect head. This is well, not even a head and shoulders. If it doesn't get back up over 200, it's going down lower, more than likely. And it all depends on the NASDAQ, which the NASDAQ is very, very close. This is the weekly chart, and that's how close the NASDAQ is to cracking the 200-day moving average on the weekly time frame, which is really, really strong support. The NASDAQ has held that up since 2008. since after the 2008 housing market crash, which this was the 2008 housing market crash right here, right? This is the 2008 housing market crash. This is what you guys got to realize. This was nothing compared to where we have already crashed way more than the 2008 housing market crash on the NASDAQ, but the housing market hasn't crashed yet. The US dollar currency hasn't dropped yet. It's still strengthening because of the money coming out of the NASDAQ and other assets and going back into US dollar. If this doesn't hold, we're going to see some cheap prices. Like, we're going to see some real cheap prices. We are very close to imminent nastiness on the overall NASDAQ. That's why I'm not in any stocks long term. Now, once everything crashes fully, then I'll look for stocks long term. But I don't think this is the bottom. Like, the problem is too, like, another thing, look at all this resistance. Just for the NASDAQ to rebound, it's got to get back above the 10-day, back above the 50-day, back above 13,000, back above the 200. Got to break the downtrend. I mean, you have layers upon layers upon layers of resistance that is sitting on top of the NASDAQ. So unless I'm right about them reversing course in October and starting to print more money and lowering interest rates again, we're going to keep going down. That's the only way they're going to be able to get this to turn around, is if they reverse course. And that will only be, I mean, how much longer can they print money when they reverse course? I think they have one more good shot to try to push the market up when they reverse course, and we'll get some type of bounce and run up, but definitely not to these previous highs. Like, this is not a crash that is over with. This crash is really just beginning. So that's why I think you're a little bit crazy, Austin, to be honest. Let's see, INTC. Intel, I can see why. EVFM retesting $1. Where did you go? There you are. Yeah. It is getting squeezed. It may get a pop today. It may get another try. May try to test up to that 120, something like that again. It may try to. It's very close to the tip of that triangle. It just got to break back over $1 and start holding $1 support. But we are getting, a little later in the day, we're getting into lunchtime. No, One Life, you're actually absolutely wrong. I'm not thinking short term. I'm thinking years. Yeah. Like, I understand the valuations of Meta. I understand what you're looking at. But One Life, you're completely wrong. I'm talking about Meta's future. I'm not talking about short term. This crash is not a short term crash in the first place. We've been crashing for 6 months. And we're not stopped yet. So this recession is not, this type of recession, what we're dealing with, this is a global recession. We've never dealt with this. Ever. In our history of the U.S. This is not going to be the normal hunky-dory, the market's going to drop some for 6 months and then it's going to start rebounding nicely. It's not that type of deal. There's too much going on. I mean, as Daniel B was saying earlier, he's looking at the bond yields and all that, and where government's going to pull money out, because those bond yields being at that price, the countries we owe money to are not making any money off of those bond yields. They're losing money. Countries have been decreasing U.S. dollar. It started with Israel, and it's continuing to go on. I can go on and on about all the reasons why that we're going to see lower prices in the stock market, and why we're going to be in this recession for a while. This is not a short time thing. This is not easy. This is not an easy recovery. This is going to be a very, very complicated, difficult few years, maybe even 5, 6, 7 years out. Now, if you're thinking 50 years down the road that Meta may be $1,000 or whatever, 50 years down the road, Meta may not exist. Bitcoin may not exist 50 years down the road. There may be a whole new type of blockchain that comes out that wipes all the cryptocurrencies and has a social media platform that's 100 times better than Facebook. You got to remember, it wasn't that long ago. MySpace was the number one social media platform, and they got destroyed by Meta. The same thing can happen to Meta. So, you don't know what's going to happen in 50 years. I don't know what's going to happen in 50 years. I have a decent idea of more than likely what's going to happen the next 5 years. But 50 years, I mean, if you're holding something for 50 years, 30 years, whatever, you're gambling. You're gambling. That's all there is to it, because you have no idea what that is going to be in 30 years. You can go with the compounding. Like if you're compounding dividend stocks, that's different, right? If you're buying now or buying all the time for dividend stocks, well, you're building up compounding cash flows. If you're buying Meta because you think it's going to be $1,000 in 30 years or whatever, you are just gambling. That's just all there is to it. So, that's the problem, though. You're not buying Meta for the blockchain. That is Meta's goal. That is Meta's future, is blockchain. So if you are not buying it off of their future, which you say you're buying for the future, you are contradicting your own investment thesis. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It doesn't matter how you feel about Meta. That's not going to change their future. Their future is clearly, as they've been saying, blockchain, PDE gaming, virtual reality, augmented reality. They have been talking about it nonstop. One of the head directors of Meta was on the World Econ Forum Davos conference live streams about 2 weeks ago on a panel for virtual reality and augmented reality. They are going to go into this space. So if you are not bullish on blockchain, or if you are not buying this because of the future that Meta has on blockchain, then why are you buying it for? You're buying it because it used to be more expensive and now it's cheaper, right? Because that's not a good enough reason to buy something just because it's cheaper. You buy a 1994 Saturn, a 1994 Impala, something like that, is 20 years old car. That doesn't mean that it's going to go back up in value just because it's cheaper now than it was 20 years ago when the car first came out, right? So that's not even a logical way to even analyze or look at anything. Is just go, oh, it's cheaper than it was before, so it's obviously going to go up in the future. No, that's a terrible, terrible way to think, because anything can die at any time, especially when tech. The dot-com bubble happened for a reason. Thousands of those companies did not make it. Amazon, Meta, they weren't really in that dot-com bubble. They came after. So if this is a second dot-com bubble tech crash, which I would say it is, as mostly the tech stocks have got hit the hardest out of this crash, then we could easily see Meta just disappear as well. Like I said, there's plenty of competition for this, but it doesn't make sense to buy only because it used to be lower and it's Facebook. or it used to be higher and it's low now and it's Facebook. Like that's not like if you're talking long-term growth, you cannot ignore that their whole entire goal on Meta is blockchain. You can't. That's what the company's turning into, is a blockchain company. Nah, that's not true. That's not true, Austin. They can't buy decentralized projects. This is what I'm talking about. Most people in crypto right now want decentralization. Meta cannot go buy up Ethereum. They cannot go buy Ethereum and own Ethereum and stop projects from building on Ethereum. That's not a possibility. So decentralized blockchain, there's nothing Meta can do about. That's why I'm saying Immutable X is doing way better. It's way far ahead of Meta, and it's decentralized. Meta cannot just go buy Immutable X. They can't do that. It's decentralized blockchain stuff. There's protocols and stuff like that that's going to keep whales from coming in like that to be able to mess up decentralization. So Meta's competition, they can't just buy out anymore. That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. The transition of technology right now from our regular data transfer, which is slow as hell and insecure. Think about how many times Citibank, Chase, Wells Fargo, all of these credit cards get hacked all the time. That way, that system of transferring data is out of date. The system that this Thinkorswim is on right now in front of us showing this data is out of date. This is out of date technology. Facebook is out of date technology. Meta is still trying to do the same thing with centralized NFTs. Centralization is out of date. We are coming to the end of a centralization cycle. People don't want their privacy. They don't want their information to be owned and sold by Meta. People are going to own their own, already doing it, owning their own data and selling it when they want to and profiting off of it on blockchain instead of letting Meta make money off of them. You can sell your own data the same way that Meta or any of these other companies do, but you can do it yourself with blockchain. So we're going from outdated technology to a newer technology. And when that happens, the biggest of the biggest can be taken down, especially in this type of situation where we have a major cycle of centralization or decentralization to centralization coming to an end with this max globalization, centralization going on, and then the cycle will restart back over, which we're already seeing with decentralization. People are already starting to farm for their own food, stuff like that. People are setting up, getting ready for recession. At least the smart people are, and that is decentralization. Farming your own food instead of getting your food from a big corporation at a big grocery store, which is a corporation. You're farming it yourself. That is decentralization, right? So there's no difference as far as decentralization goes from farming your own food or owning your own data on blockchain, right? That is complete decentralization. So this is the problem. Meta is not decentralized. It is the total opposite of what all of the most successful blockchain projects are doing. And anybody who is coming into the blockchain space does not want centralization. So Meta is not, they're not set up for a success in the future of blockchain. I mean, they're behind. I just showed you 3 different marketplaces that they're behind. They're literally in their news talking about, where'd it go? Oh, let me go back to Meta. Plus, like I said, throw on the whole NASDAQ crash on top of it too. Then
It really doesn't look good. And again, when it comes to valuations, if you are valuating in US dollar and not incorporating inflation, then your valuations are automatically off. So you have to be incorporating the change of inflation of the US dollar. Meta cannot just be bought in US dollar, it can be bought in other currencies. So it is relative to that inflation of the currency, which is another thing you've got to think about. It's like I don't know. Like I said, maybe they reverse course in October. That's what I'm expecting them to do, to try to get one more bull run. Maybe you get a nice rip on Meta then. But as far as the long term, whether Meta is going to be around in 30 years, you're gambling. I mean, it's a gamble, you know. Let me see. Let me read the rest of these comments, and I'm gonna call it a day. Uh, right. But again, you're not incorporating inflation on that. So there's not an argument against gold against crypto, Daniel B. That's not an argument I'm even going to have at all. I'm not going to debate you on gold or crypto because I'm bullish on both. So that I mean, like I've said, they run together. They're they're more they're more gold and silver are more related to crypto than a lot of things, and a lot of things people think. Um, no, I'm not turning it into a crypto discussion. It is a valuation long-term investment discussion. Like you cannot avoid talking about blockchain and crypto if you're talking about Meta. That is their goals. If you are evaluating Meta, then you have to keep in mind the blockchain and the NFTs, the things that they're trying to do. Like that's ignorant. That's ignorant. You cannot evaluate a company that's whole future that they're talking about right now is focused on blockchain and say, "Oh, you can't have a discussion about blockchain and the valuation." You have to. You absolutely have to. Like that's like saying, "Oh, I'm going to talk about valuating Walmart, but I'm not going to talk. But let's completely stay away from the prices of wheat." Like a lot, Walmart sells a lot of bread. So if the prices of wheat go up or something happens with wheat, then you have to incorporate that into your valuations, which, by the way, wheat is skyrocketing because of inflation as well. So you cannot evaluate a company without talking about what the company does. Like that's just crazy. That's crazy talk. All right. So you got 2.8% of total wealth if you get burned. I mean 2%. Every share of Meta was bought with conviction. 10% margin of safety in my model is how you factor inflation. But what do you mean 10% margin? You're factoring in 10% of what? Because if you're still factoring in US dollar, then you're not factoring in anything.
Oh, goodness. At this point, crypto is old technology. One Life, I have included cryptos in 2000. I even said, when I said that earlier, I said Bitcoin in 50 years might not be around. I mean, I'm not trying to argue your position, Austin. All I'm doing, and this is why I'm glad you're becoming a part of the Framework Fortune Network, because we can have these debates live, or we can pre-record them or whatever, and actually have you on camera talking about it. Giving us a little bit more information and debate against me. I love it. That's what we need to do. Because I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm going to be right. All I'm saying is in 30, 20 years, I don't know what's going to happen. And you're saying One Life he's not holding for 20, 30 years, but I mean, what are you doing? Like, how long do you plan on holding it? One Life. All right. All right. This is not a debate. You cannot valuate a company without knowing what they do. Valuation, in the simplest form, is how much profit is that company making. To know how much profit they're making, you got to know how they're making the profit. You can't just valuate off of the profit. Where's the profit coming from? Are they Walgreens? Are they selling drugs and food? Are they Lowe's? Are they selling lumber? You got to know what they're selling. You can't just look at the a business company, the numbers, and go, oh, these numbers look great, and have no idea what they sell. Listen to how stupid that sounds. That's like going and buying a car without not doing any research on it. That's just stupid. That's not an argument. That's not even a debate. Like, you cannot evaluate a company without knowing what they're doing. You're evaluating their profit, so where the profit comes from is the most important part. That's how you evaluate. Like, come on. All right, guys. I'm done for today. We went way over the live stream time with these interesting debates and discussions. We're about an hour over. But, yeah. I'm not telling you to get out of it, Austin. All I'm saying is I'm just debating with you on the position because I don't like it. I don't like that position at all. So I'm just letting you know my thoughts. Okay. Here you go, Daniel B. Since you want some negativity on cryptos, let's go through this. I'll tell you, I thought the fact that you think that I haven't thought about anything is absolutely insane. Both you and One Life say some things that are wild, and today y'all are really saying wild things like pretending a company valuation has nothing to do with the profits that they make from the products that they sell or their services that they sell. Facebook Meta is going into blockchain. Their services are going to be in blockchain. You have to talk about blockchain. Period. Done. That's the end of that. Now, as far as the negatives of cryptos, there is many negatives of possible outcomes. The main negative of cryptos, the biggest negative, is, and this is just the currencies, not the blockchain technology, the biggest negative is the same thing I just said about Meta. It is new technology, and any one of them could die at any point. There's no doubting that. We just saw Luna UST get destroyed. I am not saying that blockchain and crypto does not have risk. I'm not saying it doesn't have negatives. What I'm saying is I would rather have my money under my control with this little guy right here that the government, the banks, loan companies, all of that cannot get to. They cannot get to this money. Right here on Thinkorswim, they can get to this money. If you owe the IRS money, they will yank it right out of your Thinkorswim account. They can't do nothing about this. they have to know my seed phrase, and they have to have this, both. And the only way they're going to get my seed phrase is by old internment style torturing me. And at that point, I don't care. You're just going to kill me. I mean, if I'm captured by the government and they're torturing me, I don't care. So that is the difference. The biggest difference between blockchain technology and the technology that you are bullish on, Daniel B., that you think this stock market is going to continue, the government can yank it. And anybody who says the government wouldn't do that, do some research. The government recalled all gold. The U.S. government recalled all gold, took everybody's gold, and made it illegal to own gold till around 1970. So they can take your stuff. Now, besides that one main negative, there are other negatives. The blockchain technology itself could be used against the general population. And this is the battle, this is the war that's going on right now, and why I'm a crypto advocate for decentralization. Here, and I'll even show you this. I'm gonna pull this up so you can see. Because this is not play pay. This is not games or debate, what I'm saying now. This is real life. So you can take all the opinions and all that stuff and go ahead and put them away, because this is real life of what's going on. This is the truth. This is not my opinion that blockchain technology is taking over. That is actually what's happening. It's been happening. But not only that, not only that, I just posted this in the Discord. This is the World Econ Forum. This is the people trying to do the Great Reset. This is not conspiracy. This lady right here is the head of the IMF. All these central bank people sitting here are discussing, and this was 5 days ago, how they are going to use blockchain technology to make central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. If the central banks do this and the mass population adopts these digital currencies, then you are going to be opening a bank account directly with the central bank. Not with Chase, not with JP Morgan, not with your local little credit union. You will be opening your bank account directly with the World Econ Forum leaders of the central banks all together. You're going to have one bank account with the central bank. That means they have complete control of all of everything you do, every single purchase they can see, because they can take the blockchain technology and change it to where there is no anonymity, there is no privacy. They can make it to where with these central bank digital currencies, which this is what the whole world is going towards. These are the central bank leaders. This is not conspiracy. This is not hearsay. This is not my opinions. This is them. This is the head of the IMF telling you this. I'm not telling you this. This is not out of my head. This is out of her head. This is out of these central bank leaders' head. They can control everything if they do that. One way or another, we are going to blockchain technology. Whether it's the decentralized, happy, fun way that I'm trying to push for, or it's that we're all enslaved, because if you control the currency, you control the people, you control the world. That is the war that's going on right now. So decentralized cryptos, blockchain technology may have its negatives, but blockchain technology, the biggest negative is right here on this video, and you need to watch it if you've not watched it. So there's no question that we're going to blockchain technology. No question whatsoever. There's no debate. There's none of that. Daniel B., that ship has sailed and left. The central bank leaders who are more powerful and have way more money than you do, who decide your everyday life at the moment because all of our taxes are paid in US dollar, which is a currency. You control the currency, you control the world. At the moment, you control the US currency, you control the US population. We get one world global central bank currency where we have direct bank accounts with the central bank. They control the entire world, period. They are saying this. This is not me making this up. Watch this video. Watch this Davos conference. Like I said, 3 weeks ago, the Meta executive was on one of these panels talking about, and I'll see if I can find it, talking about how they want to make the real world right here around us combined with augmented reality and virtual reality on blockchain. Meta wants to put everybody in the Matrix. That sounds like a joke, but I'm not fucking laughing. This is how serious I am about this stuff. You need to go research it. If you do not know what's going on, research it, because you are totally in the blind right now. If you do not know any of this. This is not, like I said, opinion or nothing. This is all from the World Econ Forum. Go watch it. Regardless of whatever your thoughts are, whatever your opinions are, we are going to blockchain. And it's either going to be very, very bad, this, or it's going to be very, very good, PKT, decentralized internet, and play to earn gaming where you get paid to play games instead of having to pay to go to work. So, the future, if you are evaluating a stock for the future, if you're evaluating a crypto for the future, if you're evaluating gold for the future, and you are not incorporating any of the central bank's decision making that affects every single part of the financial markets, then you are completely ignorant. Okay? And I do not mean that offensively. I mean that as you do not know what's going on. This is what the future is right here if we do not stand up. And you'll be banking with her. That's going to be your banker, Daniel B. That's who you're going to have to answer to when when you're going to complain about trading on when you get your U.S. digital central bank dollars and you're complaining about spending your money on in crypto. Where did the U.S. dollar go? All I've got is crypto. Decentralization, no, that's stupid. Decentralization doesn't open up scams. We're at the most complete centralization there is right now, and there's scams everywhere. So that's just stupid. The entire U.S. dollar is a scam. I just told you that. How many times I got to show you? The U.S. dollar, the inflation, it's all a scam. So, no. If I had a lot of money, would you loan out your money to someone over the blockchain? Yes, I do that. I don't loan to people, I loan to the exchanges. Like I've said before, I cash flow cryptos. I don't buy them in hopes that they go up higher later than 30 years. I buy cryptos now, stake them, and provide liquidity to those exchanges in exchange for very high interest rates. You can loan money directly to people over Matter of fact, will I send money over the blockchain? Absolutely. I send money all the time over blockchain. I'd much rather send money over blockchain than anything else. It's faster, more efficient, and it's safer. Like, why would you? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I can send money like this in 5 seconds and it gets there. I've never had any funds not get settled because guess what? On those blockchains, it shows you where the transaction is happening at and if it gets confirmed or not. There's no guessing. I don't have to call a credit card company and say, hey, why is this money not going through? Or call PayPal or call Chime or any of these other Western Union and say, hey, why did this money not go through? I can literally go and check real quick. Oh, It just hasn't, the block for this blockchain just hasn't closed yet. So I got another 5 minutes, then that money will be in there. You know, that's how easy it is. That's what I'm telling you guys. Like, it's not a question. We're going to blockchain. It's just better technology. Let's see. No, why would, yeah, decentralization, we don't need governments to govern the people. No, that's not anarchy. Name one example, Daniel B. Name one example. One. One example. Just one. Of a time period where there was no government and there was complete anarchy. Name one. One in the entire existence of humans. One time period. And I don't mean 2 years. That's not a time period. I mean over a decade at least. Name one example. You can't. Because blockchain is better than Zelly, and I don't have to worry about another transaction company holding my money to transfer to somebody else. There's no middleman with blockchain. With Zelly, you have a middleman. With anything, you have a middleman. With blockchain, there's no middleman. It cuts out the banks. That's why the digital banks or the central banks are trying to get control of blockchain. That's why they're putting out all this propaganda that blockchain is bad and all this, because they want control of it. All right, guys. $400 ago? What do you mean 400 years? What anarchy was 400 years ago, One Life? Now, Daniel B., you could be right. If the central banks win and they get their currencies out, then yeah. It may never, the complete decentralization may never happen. But going off of the history of cycles, that's not the case. Every cycle of centralization and decentralization has ended and started over again with decentralization. In fact, what One Life was trying to allude to 400 years ago was the beginning of the decentralization of the British Empire turning into which the British Empire at that time was the most centralized, biggest power on the globe, and then the U.S. started, and it started from that centralization to complete decentralization, and the cycle started over, and there was no anarchy. There might have been for a couple of years, but was it straight up anarchy and everybody was killing each other? No. If that was the case, there would not be any humans left. The idea that we need government or everything will be anarchy, the idea that we need other adults to babysit us, is the dumbest idea that has ever been put in everybody's head. That idea is straight from the people in power. That's what you tell somebody when you don't want them, when you don't want to lose power. Oh yeah, if you don't have us here to babysit you, then you're going to go out and murder people. That is stupid. That is so stupid. Like, is that what you're going to do, Daniel B, in One Life? You guys going to go out and murder people if the government just shuts down? You're just going to stop day trading and everything, just going out murdering, having a good old time, murders and orgies and blah. No, that doesn't happen. That has never happened once in human history. That is bullshit that they tell you. They do not want to give up the power. That is the point. That's why you think that. It has been brainwashed into you. We need a government. We need a government. We need them to hold our hands. We need them to tell us exactly what to do. Do you need a government to hold your wee-wee while you go to the toilet? No, you don't. So you don't need a government to tell you what you put in your body. You don't need a government to tell you not to murder people. And the people who are murdering people are still murdering people even with the government telling you not to murder the people. So it does not matter. This is all brainwashing like I've been talking about. Propaganda. There is not one historical evidence, proof, or statistic that the world would go into complete anarchy if there was no government. That, and I'm not pushing for no government. All I'm saying is that ideology that I constantly hear cannot be proven. What can be proven is the cycles of decentralization to centralization, beginning and ending over and over again. I can name thousands of examples all the way through history. You cannot name one example of anarchy through history. Research me, fact check me, get back to me, and let me know. This is what I do, is research and try to get through the brainwashing of that consumer side. You stay on that consumer side, you stay on that side where you think like that anarchy is just going to happen. Everybody, like, Lori, are you going to start killing people if the government goes away? Like, Lori, you're just going to go out, you're just going to grab the closest chainsaw or fork or knife or vacuum cleaner and just start going whacking people with a vacuum cleaner and robbing them? No. No. The people who break laws, they already break laws. Like, it's such a terrible argument that people use for that, because it is a brainwashed argument that the government has given you. That's why nobody can back that argument, because it's complete BS. It's complete BS. You can't back that argument because there's no evidence ever of it happening in history. Period. All right, let's see what we got there. Daniel B. Order a book from 22 Ray DeLeo. Yeah, that's exactly what you would think. That's what you want. That's what the government wants you to think, that I'm a wacko, that I'm crazy, that I'm a conspiracy theorist. That's what they want you to think. That's what they tell you, but we've seen quite a bit lately here how those conspiracy theorists and conspiracy theories over the past year have been coming quite true a lot more often than not. So, conspiracy theorists, sure, call me that. I'll go grab my tin hat and put it on. But, I've got to, whatever. It's up to you guys. You guys want to go research it, go research it. Have at it. Learn some things. If you don't want to research it, just wait and watch, because it's already happening. All the stuff is already happening. No, that's stupid. You just said it. You just said it in your sentence, Daniel B. We don't need highway police because we have traffic rules. Then why is everybody violating those rules? That is the point. That is the point. The people that are going to violate the laws are going to violate the laws, whether you put the laws in or not. The criminals, the people who speed, the people who murder, the people who rape, they're still doing it with laws. So you take the laws away, they're still going to do it, but that doesn't mean that the whole population is going to do it. That is an extremity argument that cannot be proven. Again, you cannot prove that without traffic laws that everybody would just be wrecking and speeding. With traffic laws, people are already wrecking and speeding. So there's no argument. Your argument can't be that, and then it also applies to your side of the argument. That doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, you are arguing out of this brainwashed premise that the government and the rules you're supposed to follow. And if we don't have those rules in place, then everybody's just going to turn into murderers. We're just all going to go on killing sprees. Soon as there's no government whatsoever, it's just killing spree time. Everybody's going to quit their jobs and just run outside and start murking people left and right. Listen to how ridiculous that sounds. Really think about it. Listen to how ridiculous that sounds. You're telling me your argument, this is the hill you want to die on. This is the hill that you want to die on right here. This is where you want to take this debate position. You're telling me that out of the millions and millions of people around the world, that if there is no government, every single person on this planet is going to go into complete anarchy and start murdering and robbing and killing. You are an idiot if you think that. That is not going to happen. There will be communities that stick together. That has happened throughout history when there has been less government times. Smaller communities, less centralization and more decentralization has always led to growth. That is the cycle continuing. You go from decentralization, where there's not all the restrictions, you don't have a government taxing your balls off on everything, you don't have a government regulating the piss out of everything, and you have economic growth. But as you grow economically, your population grows, the government grows, all of that stuff starts to grow. And then now you got people who think that they're doing good in their perspective. So they start putting in regulations, they start putting in laws, and then as it grows more, you start to get very big governments where we're at now, and you start to get corruption, and you start to get human beings being stupid, thinking that they're smarter than nature. And when that happens, which is where we've been at the past 10 years, then you start to see that stupidity, the corruption, start crumbling. We're already seeing the corruption being exposed. We're already seeing people, like I said, going to farming, going to trying to survive without being reliant on these corporations or the government. So when you're at this part, that's the end of centralization. That has happened multiple times in history. And then once that centralization is over, because of the corruptness, because of the human nature, then it starts over again. And there's plenty of examples of that all throughout history. There is not one example of true anarchy, period. There's not, every human being is not going to turn into a demon and start acting crazy. That is just ignorance. That's pure nonsense and ignorance. All right, guys. Growth happens from government legislation and cheap borrowing money availability. Wow. 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 Growth happens. Yeah. All right. The only thing that centralization. Yeah. All right. That's good. I'm good. One Life's just talking crazy now. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Whether or not you agree with my messaging, still be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, because that's what we do here. We got to debate and have these discussions if we want to move forward as a society, as humans. I may be a little aggressive in my debate style, but that doesn't mean that we still can't have these discussions. Have them with me. I enjoy it, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them and all that and being a part of them. Guys, stay safe out there. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy July 4th to everybody, hopefully. And till next time.